The Steelers, OC, were one of the few teams, pretty much the only team, that stopped Lamar Jackson in his race to MVP last season. And here they are doing it again. How did they do it?
Stopping Lamar Jackson now. And now this is the problem here, man. Everybody got upset at me. Everybody got upset with my man Jason because we were the first people to say, look, the Emperor has on no clothes. We were the first people to see that Lamar Jackson only plays a certain style of football, and the Pittsburgh Steelers have found the absolute recipe for defeating this man, and they did it fantastically.
Let's break it down then, the Emperor's new clothes. So let's start with the pick 6, all righty? This was right off the bat the worst possible start for the Baltimore Ravens. How did Pittsburgh play this one?
They understood exactly what Baltimore and Lamar Jackson wanted to do in the passing game, and that was attack the ball in the middle of the field between the numbers, definitely about 10 to 12 yards down the field. This is where Lamar is comfortable going with the ball. So as you see this play out, they flood this area. They have more defenders in there. They can cover all the routes, and you see them coming up with this big play by 41, Speen, the backup linebacker, who is playing phenomenal. And right here, if you pause that right here, if you highlight number 41, this is the key right here. He's the magic plus Bud Dupree. And OC pointed that, and Lamar, yes. Now, what you're going to see is Lamar Jackson do a head fake. He's going to look off to his left, but number 41 doesn't pay it any attention, Nat, because he knows where the ball's going, because he's been coached up. Bam, you see this play. And OC, you pointed out what Bud Dupree did before.
Exactly. He just sat out there. This is outstanding coaching by the Pittsburgh Steelers, man, because Bud Dupree is going to stay outside in his lane, and what you're going to see is Spillane not even look out there. He's just going to read the eyes, take the quarterback's play, interception all the way back to the house.
And once again, Nat, where is Lamar trying to go with the ball? Where he's comfortable, where the plays are designed. Pittsburgh knows that. They're ready to play that. Let's see this play out, and we can see exactly what they did. You pause it right there for me again. Once again, you have what we call a high-low combination. You have both of the receivers, a high and a low, and you have 3 defenders from the Steelers covering those 2 routes. Lamar, this is uncomfortable for him. He has nowhere to go with the ball, and that causes a sack.
And the problem with this whole situation, it is so easy to see what the Baltimore Ravens are doing. All they do is they run the football. Lamar Jackson runs the football. All this does is it draws up the linebackers, draws up the safeties, and it leaves the middle of the field open. You take that away, Jason, game over for this guy. And they got to find a way to get this guy throwing the ball to the outside. Well, those are the difficult throws to make.
Does he need more backup in that respect, in terms of the receivers that he's got and the weapons that he's got?
I think it would really help if he had an outside receiver who is a vertical threat, who could go up and get the big boy pass and compete with the corners and just dominate, just like DK Metcalf does for the Seattle Seahawks.
So how much of this is on Lamar and how much of this is on the coaching? Because they're going to know better than anyone his limitations, right?
I completely blame the coaching staff because they had to have known. They drafted this guy coming out of college. They've seen this guy develop. They have to take a little bit of time to actually develop this guy as a passer because guess what, Nat? Deeper into the season, deeper into the playoffs, those guys who come out like this, those guys are coming for you, man. And what are you going to be able to do then, Nat? If you can't sit back there and carve up a defense, you're going to lose the game. And that's why this guy's 0-6 in big games.
You had an interesting theory about what they should do with Lamar, because they're going to be contenders this season, even if there are shortcomings. Every team in the NFL has shortcomings, but you think they should be playing the long game, mostly?
100%, because you have a guy with a very good arm, with some good intelligence, and he is a dynamic playmaker. Take this guy, sit him down for a little bit, let him actually learn the game. No run-in, no nothing. Just sit back there, take your lumps for a year, and then when you come back the next year, you're going to have the ability to not only run the football, but sit up there and carve a defense to pieces when, in fact, they are coming at you with their ears pinned back. Right now, he hasn't been able to do that, and this is why they're in the situation that they're in now.